back to our channel. So we are doing basically kind of like a part 2 to our other video that was ranking celebrities we have met, because we just don't realize how famous and popular we are, I guess.
The list is long.
Yeah, literally, it is so long and I'm shook.
Yeah, like we literally had to cut another section of it so we could literally do a third one.
Yeah, so part 3 coming at you in the next probably
Friday.
coming months. Yeah, on Friday.
But yeah, I feel like the response to that video, a lot of people really enjoyed it, and they're like, yeah, do a part 2. So here we are. So I guess let's just get into it. Oh my god, I have the worst headache.
Who's first on our list?
Howie Mandel.
Oh, our favorite.
I am having like Howie withdrawals. I am obsessed with Howie Mandel. I will just start off by saying I would rate him higher than a 10 out of 10 because I just think he is like the perfect person.
He's definitely has your like sassy attitude.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's like I love that he's like extremely famous, but he still like pokes fun at people and uses his like sassy humor and just like doesn't give a fuck. And I love that. We have been around him a bunch, and like when we've gone to public places, he just like fucks with people. And I'm just like, oh my god, I'm obsessed with him.
I remember when we hadn't met him yet. David had met him before, and I was in the car with him and like a bunch of boys, and we were just driving around, and Dave was like, oh, I need to stop at Howie's for the Super Bowl party. And I think he was still like nervous about it because he didn't know Howie that well, and he was like, I can only have a +1 though, so you guys are all gonna have to rock, paper, scissors it. And so it ended up being Mike Sheffer, and it was like the running joke that was like the last person David wanted to go into the house with him. And like 20 minutes later, he ended up coming out, Howie did, and I had to pee so bad, and I like didn't even care. I was like, is there any way I can come in your house and pee and I'll come right back out? And he was like, David, why did you leave all your friends in the car? Like, let them in. So that was like the first time I was like, okay, he's cool and like down to earth.
Yeah. My favorite time with Howie was when we went to the mall in Santa Monica, and he was just like,
that.
Yeah, and he's like so famous, and he's just walking around this mall like, doo-doo-doo.
Remember he was honking David's car?
Yeah, he was being so funny. I love him.
We were at a crosswalk, and there was like, it was Christmas time, so like dozens of people were crossing this like busy street with the mall, and Howie was just like laying on the horn, and
he was like, it's David Dobrik. It's David Dobrik.
10 out of 10.
That's
over
it.
10 out of 10.
That's it. Video's over.
Yeah. Tune in tomorrow, Wednesday.
We do one every day. Okay, next we have Mr. Charlie Puth.
Charlie, Erin and I met together, thankfully.
Yes. And it was like so crazy. One day David was like, we're going to Charlie Puth's house. He always does this.
Yeah,
he's like,
he does.
okay, we're going somewhere. And then on our way there, he like drops where we're going, but in a very nonchalant way. Like he was just like, oh, I just gotta like swing by Charlie's to do a bit real quick. And we're like, who's Charlie? And he's like, Charlie Puth. And we're like, what do you mean?
I'm like, oh, we're just going to his house.
But oh my god, he was so sweet and so inviting and so nice. Like I couldn't say a bad thing about any of my interactions with Charlie. He's genuinely just so nice and sweet.
We hung out with him a couple times. We hung out with him that time.
We like
and
went
then
to his
tour
studio.
Bus. Yes. Oh my god. Yeah. With Wayne Brady.
Yeah. So we've heard like he would like play us songs that he hadn't released yet and everything.
Oh
and
yeah.
we heard
Mother. I think we heard Mother first.
We did.
There was one more. I feel like if you're a big
really
Charlie
cool.
Puth fan, that's like a really cool thing. We got to like hear music that wasn't released yet. He's literally just like a friend. Like that's what he feels like being around.
Yeah.
He's our best friend.
So nice. Justin Bieber. I bet you're wondering how we got here.
Yeah, literally. Records.
Well,
imagine us in 2015, like, you're filming with Justin Bieber one day.
2015, I was watching, like, his videos from when he was a baby on YouTube.
Definitely the most nervous I've ever been, I think, before meeting somebody. Just because he's, the biggest celebrity ever. Also,
for me, it was a little nerve-wracking because David was also, like, a little nervous.
Yeah, and that's weird when he's nervous to meet somebody.
Yeah.
It definitely sets the vibe.
like, it's Justin Bieber.
I remember because I picked Erin up to go to David's house, and I was just blasting Baby.
Yeah. Yeah, we were screaming.
And I think we, like, made David feel like we were going to be like that when we met him or something.
Yeah.
And he was like, guys, you can't. We're like, we're not.
I think we, like, went into the house, too, and we were, like, playing Justin Bieber on, like, the sound system and stuff, and he was like, you guys have to stop. And then, like, on the way there, we kept, like, singing the songs because they were in our head from listening to them.
Oh, my God, how embarrassing.
And he was like, you have to stop.
Like, so cliche. Oh my god, that was so scary. Picking him up was so wild. I feel like maybe we've talked about this before, but I'm not sure. But like, there was just paparazzi outside his house.
God.
And following us in the car. Probably because of us.
Yeah, it made me so sad.
I'm just kidding.
It was definitely because of us, not Justin. They like knew we were going to film with him.
Yeah.
And so they were waiting on the street.
There were actually paparazzi photos.
Pictures.
Which is so funny. Like, you can see clear as Erin hugging Justin Bieber.
Literally, like, in what world? So many people from the East Coast sent that to me being like, what the fuck?
Even I was there, and I was still like, what the fuck?
No, same. Well, because I started getting tagged in them and was like, this is actually crazy. He was really nice. You could tell he was a little, like, nervous, too.
Yeah. I think he just been through it, like, career-wise and being young. He just seemed like wanting to know what was going on, which, like, totally acceptable and, like, you know, makes sense. But once we were filming and, like, David was surprising people with him, he was, like, amazing. He was so good on camera.
Yeah. He was just, like, so nice. And, like, he loves his wife so much.
Oh, my... He would not stop talking... Literally would not stop talking about his wife.
He kept saying, like, my wife. And I'm like, you can just say Haley. Like, we know.
Yeah, we know who she is. Anytime David would leave the car or go talk to Natalie or something, he would always start a conversation with us. So he was very personable and just, like, literally just, like, a normal person, obviously. I mean, every celebrity's a normal person, but it's hard to grasp that, I feel like, sometimes.
Yeah.
I forgot, he literally introduced, he was like, hi, I'm Justin, and that's like...
I know!
Like, obviously it's like the bare minimum, but like, it's such a nice gesture, especially when you're that famous, I feel like, to go out of your way to be like, I'm this person, and not just like, oh, hi.
Yeah. It's interesting, because like, Kourtney Kardashian didn't do that.
Oh, she did? Oh, she didn't. Well, she's like, you obviously know who I am.
Well, no, I know. That's the thing. It's like...
Plus, I mean, to give it, like, grace, we did go for her.
That was another fun day. So most of the ones that we're saying now are, like, through David and stuff.
Everything we do is through David.
He was surprising Mason, Kourtney Kardashian's son, with Addison Rae. And he just, like, brought Carly and I along for the ride. And
us. Surprising him with us.
Yeah. David was like, we're going to do the bit, wait in the car.
Yeah. Okay, well, just let us know when she's ready.
Yeah, me, Carly, and Jason are just like in the Tesla.
Oh my god, we got lost in our gated neighborhood. Oh my god, I forgot about this.
We were just like all hanging outside, and then Kourtney was practically begging us to go to their house to like have dinner, and she was like, David, you need to feed your crew, like just messing with him.
And we were like, yes, you do.
Yeah, of course Carly and I were like, David.
She was just like so nice and like took us around her house. We went outside, jumped on the trampoline. Her chef made us dinner. And it was so good. And we just, Erin's whole thing is like the peek and pit.
Peek and pit. Yeah. So we do that now because like years ago, I watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians all the way through with TJ because he had never really watched it before. And then we started doing that with our families at the end of vacation. And now like we do peek and pit every night. But like Rain, her youngest son, when we were eating dinner, was like, let's do peek and pits. And you're like, swear to God, I almost like shit myself. Like, oh my God, this is like such a full circle moment. And then also Rain, remember when he crawled under the table when we were eating and he like untied my shoes?
Yeah. You're like, I'm blessed.
Yeah. So much hospitality. She literally was like, what's mine is yours. Like, oh, you want to see the house? Like, let's go for a tour. I didn't get like any bad vibes from her at all. Next we have Shawn Mendes. So Carly, I'll let you take it away.
I've been wanting to tell this story, but I just like never, I don't know, it just sounds weird. But I was at somebody's house and Shawn Mendes was there. And first of all, he just acted so just like, oh, hey, like my name is Shawn. Like, how are you? What are you guys up to today? It's funny because no one's actually met him too. And he said the exact same thing. He was just like,
oh my God.
He was like, I think I've met you before. And no one was like, I don't think we have. I don't even know how to tell this story, but somehow we got on the topic of Harry Styles. And somebody, I don't remember who, but somebody there was like, oh, Carly's like obsessed with Harry Styles. And this was like last year, I think like in the summer or something. And not that it matters because I've always been obsessed with Harry Styles.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, like, you don't understand. I'm, like, in love with Harry. Like, I feel like I'm literally in love with him. Like, I don't understand. And Shawn was, like, talked me through it. It was so ridiculous. And afterwards I was like, I want to tweet that this happened because I just think it's so funny and weird, but I don't want to be that person that's like, I just hung out with Shawn Mendes and like talking about Harry Styles. But I remember he was just like, no, like that totally happens. Like if you see somebody you idolize and you think that you might get along with them and, you know, they give off these vibes. I don't know. I can't remember the real conversation, but it was so funny. And I was like, did Shawn Mendes just like help me deal with my Harry obsession? No, literally, like a fever dream. I was like, what the is going on? Oh my god, I'm so glad I'm telling this story. I feel like I've been wanting to tell it for so long.
Lift it off.
I mean, he's Canadian. What do you expect? He's just like the nicest person ever.
Like, how many of these? So far we have Justin and Shawn Mendes. Wait, is Howie Canadian?
He is.
He's comedian. He's Canadian.
He's comedian.
He's a comedian Canadian. Up next, Elizabeth Banks. So, no, literally. Some of you may not know who she is, but it's like pretty crazy for me. If you know the Hunger Games series or Pitch Perfect, she's in both of those movies and like iconic roles in both of them. She's also in like so many other movies. But TJ and I were going to Park City, and she and her whole family were on our flight. First of all, I saw her in the airport and was like, is that Elizabeth Banks? And then I saw her boarding my flight and I was like, wait, that is Elizabeth Banks.
I would never be able to pick her out.
No. We boarded our flight. They like went on first before we did. And then we were boarding and we literally sat down directly behind Elizabeth Banks and her whole family. Their dog was with them. And I like feel bad saying this because like it literally could happen to anyone, but it also just shows like her character from what I got to experience. Her dog was underneath the seat and we'd been kind of like on the runway for a little bit, and the flight attendant like randomly walked by at one point and the dog got scared and like nudged at her to bite her, and then the flight attendant like flipped the fuck out. And Elizabeth Banks, I felt so bad in that moment because I was like, oh my god, like imagine being a normal person and that happening, and then imagine being a celebrity on like a flight of like, it's one of the small planes too. And then
so, YouTubers talk about it on their YouTube channel.
Yeah. Oh my god, I just felt so bad, especially since like her dog was so sweet and was like being so sweet to everyone around, and then like that just happened. So I felt really bad, but she handled it like so well. She literally would not stop apologizing to the flight attendant, and the flight attendant was like reprimanding her. It was so uncomfortable for the plane. She literally was like, we may not be able to take off now, like you may have to get off of this flight. And I was like, what? They let her stay on the flight, and then obviously like they stayed behind afterwards, I'm assuming to like talk to the pilot and the staff to like profusely apologize. But I think she handled it so well. I was so impressed. She literally would not stop apologizing. Who should we talk about next? Nick Jonas. So when we went to Vietnam to do like the summer games, Nick Jonas was the host. And did we not know that until we got there?
I feel like if we didn't, we found out like last minute or something.
It was one of the first nights there was like a welcome like gathering, and then we had been down there. We were jet lagged, and then all of a sudden, like Nick Jonas just casually like strolls in up to the bar.
Just one
like,
of
hey
us.
Guys, what's up?
I'm always weird in that situation because I'm like, I don't know if I should go meet this person or am I gonna feel like or make them annoyed like I was a fan. Even though, like, I'm obviously a fan of the Jonas Brothers, but I didn't want to be like, hi, I'm Carly. I don't know. I just feel weird.
I totally get that. It's like a weird thing, even though we're kind of, like, working together.
Yeah, even though he was spraying us with water the next day while we were playing volleyball, basically.
Yeah. But he, like, stayed and hung around and, like, watched people dance and was, like, smiling. And he had, like, a whole team of people, like, with him at all times.
Yeah.
So he was mostly talking to them. So Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that I've like met him. It's more of a like in passing, I've been around him a ton type of thing. It's
Every
so
day.
weird actually. Yeah.
He's my neighbor.
I also dated Machine Gun Kelly. What if we just lied about all of this and like said we dated people?
We should just make another one and just make up crazy shit. Yeah. Justin Bieber threw me in traffic.
Machine Gun Kelly has been DJing and performing at Emo Night for years, and anytime I've been like in the same proximity or like around him, he is just such yeah, he's so nice, and like just I'll hear him like talk to like TJ or Morgan or like anyone involved, and he's just like so polite and so nice. And then when he like gets up and does his thing, he's so fun and so energetic, and just like you can tell he genuinely like cares so much, and like mwah, I just love that, because I feel like if you just like saw a picture of him, a lot of people would be like, oh, he looks like a douche.
Yeah,
but he's like not at all.
It's also so iconic that he kind of like changed his artistry. Like he was rapping and now he's doing like Blink-182 type of music, and it totally works. And it's like him and Youngblood, I feel like, are almost like bringing that back right now, which is really cool.
Yeah, one of the last emo nights, he went like platinum or gold. Let me get TJ because I want to get this right. I remember it at emo night and I was like, whoa, that's actually really cool. They got what, platinum? One of their, it was a music video? A song. What is that song called? Oh, yeah. Watch Me.
Oh.
That went like gold or platinum the night that he was performing at emo night, and he like was like, I just want to like thank emo night for like making this possible, blah blah blah, like you guys believed in me, because he would like perform a lot. And then Youngblood like had his first performance at emo night, so like they all kind of got connected through emo night, and then they made that song together. So he was like thanking them.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Also, one time he was wearing this like blue jacket and I was like, I would wear that. Should I end on Demi?
Oh yeah.
Okay, last and certainly not least, we have Queen Demetrius Lovato. Really crazy and bizarre. Was not expecting to see her. Where I saw her, I was at emo night again, and she is like a full emo queen, like loves the scene, always wanted to come to emo night, and she would often, but I was never like around her because she would get like her own green room and those kinds of things. And then one day we were in a green room, or one emo night we were in a green room, and literally I think I was like in the middle of taking a shot or something, and there was like 4 people in the green room, and then like Demi Lovato just like walks in and starts like hugging and chatting with someone. I was like, what the
like that's literally Demi Lovato.
You know how small the green rooms are?
I know.
They're 2x4.
I know.
So like I'm sitting on a futon at that point, like, and right directly in front of me, like Demi's just like chatting with someone, and was like so just like normal and nice, and just like I felt like it was so cool to just see someone interact normally at like a normal event.
Yeah.
It's not like some like douchey LA like schmooze fest. Like genuinely you could tell she just like was there to have a good time and like be with people that she wanted to be with. And I just gotta respect it. So she's like DJ'd, I'm pretty sure, and then one time when she was doing it, the soundboard went out, and she literally just started a Paramore song, and it was
Misery Business.
So sick. It was you can Google it.
I think it went viral.
And could you imagine like any normal like celebrity probably would go and be like pissed, you're like, the soundboard's not working, like you ruined my set, but she literally was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna sing.
Yeah, and it was so good. A documentary came out of her. She literally went to emo night in the documentary, so it's like a cool little crossover. I have like a really short story I feel like I could end it on, actually, from emo night with 5 Sauce. I don't know who I was talking to, because I don't know 5 Seconds of Summer very well, so please don't cancel me, but I was talking to one of like the main,
just like the main
one of the
person.
main people, and I was just chatting, had no idea, and I was wearing a shirt that said, LOL, you're not Harry Styles. So like just the mere coincidence of like those two things for me is like really funny. I guess the key to meeting celebrities in LA is go to emo night and be friends with David.
You'll find them in their most normal element, because they don't really give anyone like very special treatment. Like Halsey literally just like runs around. Like people just like run around, and I think it's like so nice, because I feel like it's a place that they can go to just feel normal, because people don't go up to them and swarm them.
Yeah.
And if they did go up to them, they'd be like, oh, hey, like, what's up?
Yeah.
It's just, like, so normal.
It's not like,
it's
not normal, crazy mobbing that you would think of.
That's gonna be it for today's video. There's still a whole list of people after this. It's just, like, fun to reminisce when...
Yeah.
You just, like, relive these moments that, like, you can't live right now.
Yeah. Or may never live again. We don't know if we'll ever meet Kourtney again. I guess we'll probably be back with a part 3. Comment if you like this video or like want us to do more, because that actually helps us know if we should post more of them.
Yeah, and if you remember any celebrities that we've like hung out with that we don't remember, maybe just comment it below.
Yeah, seriously. Sometimes we forget just because, I don't know. I guess for us, it's not like, I feel like living in LA for a couple of years, you kind of get used to it in a sense. I don't know. I'm trying to sound like an asshole, or I'm like, just used to it.
It's like desensitization. Make sure to like and subscribe.
And we'll see you on Friday. Bye.
Bye.